Thank you for tuning in to my video on my plan for 9.2 and how to prep for 9.2 to make gold, which originally aired live on Twitch. For the full video on demand or to view a live show, follow me on Twitch. I'm going to go over my strategy for what I'm planning for 9.2, what I'm planning on, how I'm preparing, and what I'm going to do once 9.2 releases, and then we'll get into some gold making. I've got the upcoming professions up here, so I'm just going to go through them real quick, and we'll go over what I'm going to be making gold off of, what I think is going to be profitable. So we've got, we're starting with cooking here. For some reason, we've got, okay, there we're on Shadowlands. All right. So we've got a new pattern for cooking for 9.2, an empty kettle of stone soup. So I'm thinking this will probably be a good way to make gold, but we'll see. It's going to take an empty kettle, which looks like it might be a vendor item, but not sure yet. Some water and a shaded stone. Now, I'm going to be stocking up on feasts and various foods to sell when 9.2 comes out. There is a new raid coming. Whenever there's a new raid, it is always very profitable to sell food and flasks and potions. So I'm going to be stockpiling these, probably the Tenebrous Crown and Spine Fin Souffle, and maybe the Iridescent Ravioli. But definitely the feasts. So that's what we're going to do with cooking. Next up, we've got Alchemy. So looks like we have a couple new things for 9.2. We have a Sustaining Armor Polish, which is going to increase the duration of flax, elixirs, and food buffs, which is very cool. So that is going to take Death Blossom and the new 9.2 herbalism material. So I'm going to be stockpiling some Death Blossom for this, as well as some Flasks of Power. We have new Crafter's Marks. I will probably take a look at making those as well, and they take Death Blossom and Nightshade, so we're going to look at farming up Death Blossom and Nightshade. And then other than that, we're just going to go for the usual spiritual healing potions and probably the Shadow Core oils. That'll probably make us quite a bit of gold. And next up, we're going to take a look at Blacksmithing. Blacksmithing is not super profitable in Shadowlands, but I've been making a ton of money off the shaded sharpening stones lately. A little flip there. And I expect that to continue. Especially with the new raid, people are going to be wanting these. So that's going to be... we're going to stock up on some of those as well. I don't really think I'm going to get into blacksmithing enough to do the two new things here. But we'll see. I'll probably stock up on some of this ore to sell. And Quartzite crystals, of course. That is a good way to go. And then, of course, there will be the new ore, the progenium ore. Next up, we have Enchanting. Is there any new... here's a new one. Okay, Immortal Shard. Silken Protofiber. Sacred Shard. Okay. So it looks like it'll be just good to stock up on general enchanting materials, and then we'll probably be selling some enchants. Anytime people get new gear, they're going to want enchants, so that's a good way to go as well. So we'll probably look at doing that. And next up, we have engineering, which has been pretty poor for gold making in Shadowlands in general. Let's just take a quick look and see if there's anything we are interested in here. Pretty much the only new things they are getting is the Crafter's Marks. Yeah, nothing really nothing really that interests me in here, so I will probably be skipping the engineering for 9.2. Next up, we've got Inscription. We've got a new rune here. It will allow you to attune yourself to any boss in the new raid, and it will give you 100 extra versatility when fighting that boss for an entire week. So people are probably going to be wanting that. So we're probably going to look at making some of those. We'll just need all of the inks, and then this is the new skinning material. And then we've got some glyphs here that we'll definitely look at crafting up. Glyphs are extremely profitable. And other than that, we're probably going to stock up on some missives of all varieties, because people will be needing missives when they get their new legendaries. So I think we will do that. And that about wraps it up for Inscription. So let's move on to jewel crafting. So we've got the new crafter's mark for jewel crafting as well. And then, is this new? Yeah, this is new. Alec Harmonizing Stone gives you a chance to harmonize sound, granting primary stat when acquired. I'm not really sure what that means. It's not very clear, but we'll see if people want to buy that. If they do, then we might look at making it. But at this point, we're going to pass on that until further information becomes available. Okay, here's another new thing. Devourer's Essence is going to take the new ore. Slaying enemies increases your highest secondary stat, stacking up to 5 times. Okay, interesting. That might be something we want to look at. I have to see how long it lasts and if people actually are buying them, but we'll keep our eye on that one. Other than that, I think what we are going to look at for jewel crafting is the essences. Essence of Rebirth, Torment, maybe Servitude and Valor as well, but mainly the Rebirth and Torment. I think those are going to be our best bet with jewel crafting. We're just going to sell those as is, unless you guys have the legendary patterns ready. And if so, you're going to want to do legendary stuff. But since I started on my new server, I just have been way too far behind to catch up on legendaries, so I haven't bothered. Next up, we have leatherworking. I am anticipating leatherworking being very profitable this patch. We're definitely going to be crafting up some Desolate Armor kits for sure. Other than that, we've got our Crafter's Marks again. We'll have to look at these Vestiges of Eternals and Origins to see if this is something we want to do. I think, are these the new legendaries? I'm kind of unclear as to what these are. But either way, oh, they're BOP, so we're probably not going to be able to sell them, but we'll definitely be able to make money off these materials. We're definitely going to be selling some leather. Leather is going to be very profitable. And yeah, if you've got legendaries, do legendaries. Other than that, we're looking at the Desolate Armor kits. And probably the drums as well. The drums will probably be good sellers for the new raid. And let's move on to tailoring. Tailoring is in kind of the same boat as leatherworking. We've got these two new vestiges and then the new crafter's mark. So the crafter's marks are probably going to be a good thing to do too, and because you can use them to you can make the standard level 60 gear and put the crafter's mark in it and increase the item level. Oh wow, it goes up to 262. So yeah, people are probably going to want to buy like the Shadow Lace cloak with the crafter's mark in it. That would probably be something good to sell. So we'll probably look at that a little bit. Other than that, we probably will just stick with our usual bag flips for tailoring. But we will want to stock up on some lightless silk and shrouded cloth for sure. If nothing else, we want to hold them until the price goes up when the new content comes out, because the price will go up for sure. So we're definitely going to hold on to those. Now, once 9.2 actually comes out, we're going to be looking at these progenitor essentias, and this is probably going to be our big gold farming method here, is to farm these up. So I'm going to be doing a full video on these later, but it looks like you get them from treasure chests, and maybe if you have a certain skill that you get probably from the research table, then you can farm them up from herbs and ore. But I'll be doing a full video on that later, so make sure you are subscribed to my channel. my YouTube channel, and you will get that when it comes out.